Hello and good morning, everybody. Hello. As I was just saying to my lovely Instagram live people, that I am live on Instagram, Facebook, the Guru Mama page, my personal page, the Mary June Tracy, and Periscope. Periscope, we are in the countdown, babies. We are in the countdown, and then it's going to be done. It's going to be done. And I'm just going to ask for you guys who are on my Facebook and whoa, I better not touch my camera, my phone. I have my phone set up just really nicely so that hopefully there's not a lot of feedback for you on Instagram. But I got myself a new mic. What? Yeah, I got a mic, baby. So hopefully that you get better sound quality on Periscope and on my Facebook page. So I'm quite excited about that right now. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and joining me. And just let me know if the sound quality is better, because I'm playing around with this right now. Oh, I won't touch it too much because then you'll really get a lot of feedback. Couple things that are coming in. We have the 21-day meditation that is going to be starting up. So I got a 21-day meditation starting April 1st. Hello. Thank you for joining me on Instagram. And it is a 21-day cacao tea ceremony. The reason why I put it as a cacao tea ceremony, my cacao has not been in. I've ordered it quite a long time ago, but because of COVID restrictions and all of this stuff at the border right now, it has taken its sweet time to come to Mama. So we're going to do a cacao tea ceremony. So we're going to gather each morning and do a blessing, do a ritual, call in the energies, do some movement, and do a short little mudra to bring in the positivity and the love into our life, and to bring in, more of what it is that we are wanting to attain or bring forth. So if you're interested in my 21-day meditation, that is $25. It is up on the Guru Mama page, thegurumama.com. So you can go to that and check it out. We also have quite a few other courses coming up. We have the fairy course is coming up, man. And the fairy course is going to be working with, yes, it is a new mic. The fairy course is going to be working with, the goddess energy, stepping into our goddess energy. And there's going to be work, when you work with the fae, there's going to be working shadow side. So this is really going to be a real big shadow. 15 weeks. It is $375 for 15 weeks. There's payment plans available. My payment plans, and the way I work, and I've always worked, is that my payment plans work with you, not you work with me, because everybody gets paid a little bit differently. Everybody's money flows a little bit differently. And I like, being water sign, I'm a Scorpio double Cancer. I'm wanting to flow with this and flow with the abundance to come in, to make it easier for you to come into the courses and enjoy. We also have the angel course. So many angel course, and my astrology course is going to be starting in June. So the first 4 weeks of the astrology course is going to be starting up in June also. And if you did not get my free how to read your chart, it is up there on YouTube. So you can go onto my YouTube, Mary June Tracy, subscribe and like, listen to me. And you can look at the free course on how to read your chart. And it was a pretty fabulous one. I will be doing it again, FYI. Now that I got the mic and now that I get better sound quality, I will be doing it again. So look out for that. It'll probably be closer to the middle to the end of April. So, wow, so many announcements. And I was told by I have a business coach, and her name is Leonie Dawson. A lovely woman. She lives in Australia. And every once in a while I take courses with her and stuff. And I've been working with her since 2010, actually. And when I think it's 2010, or might have been later. No, I think 2010. Anyways, she's one who's always a pusher. She's a pusher on, okay, you want a business? What are you doing for your business, right? Look out, world, Mama's got a mic. Exactly. What are you doing for your business? And how are you promoting it? Because if you're not promoting your business, if you're not asking for what you want in your business, then and it doesn't matter what your business is, right? Your business, you could be selling seeds, you could be selling your beautiful craft items or your paint or your art or something along that line. But if you're not asking, if you're not putting it out to promote it, how's anybody going to see? How is anybody going to know? Wonderful segue for the full moon in Aries. Yes, baby, that's what we got. We got a full moon in Aries. And this full moon is at 8 degrees. And I will be talking about what the 8 degrees a little ways down the road. In this process, I will talk about the 8 degrees and the Sabian symbol of that. So we have this full moon, and this full moon, I always say to people, full moons are active 3 days before and 3 days after. They are a gradual process, right? So, 27th, 28th, 29th, we could just use that 3-day window. And how are you interacting, and how is your energy aligning with this energy? Okay. So this energy is very specific because it is a very strong and powerful energy. And one, because both Libra and Aries are cardinal signs. So that's, power. That's the leader. That's focus. We're going ahead, baby. We're not sitting around. Like mutable signs are like, okay, let's, maybe we can adjust and we can move here and there, right? Fixed? I ain't moving. I'm staying here. This is it. I am fixed. So when we have a cardinal signs are forward movement, right? This is what we're doing and this is where we're going. And a full moon is around in a cycle of about 28 days. So every 28 days you get a full moon. And the new moon, which was usually right now, the full moon is at the beginning of the month. The full moon is, hello, everybody on Instagram who are coming in. I would love to wave you, but if I touch my phone, I might knock it off its stand. So I'll just go like this. The energies that with a new moon, everything is pitch black, right? So that's pitch black and you're in this darkness and in the pitch black, that's where you're planting seeds. You're doing stuff, right? And then you get the full moon, and the full moon is like, whoa, look what I did. Job well done. I did this. And it gives you some kind of, illumination, because here it is. The full moon is illuminating. I know. It's great to see you too. And with this full moon, it is illuminating. And the sun is your consciousness, right? It's your identity. It's your sense of drive. This is where I am. And the sun is in Aries. So we have a sense of drive, right? So we're wanting to move forward. We're wanting to do things. And we also have, and I'm going to pull up a little bit on, I don't have them. What did I do with them? Who knows? So it's okay. So we also have here they come now. Anyways, did it show up? No, it didn't save. That's fine. So the full moon in Libra. So Libras are this beautiful energy of balance. And sometimes people think that Libras are incisive or they can't make decisions. Well, but here, what I'm going to say about Libras, if Libra doesn't want to do something, they are not going to do it. If a Libra is ready and done with you, a Libra is ready and done, and they are fabulous at cutting off the energy. So this is where this full moon is coming in. The full moon is saying, if you are done with something, this is the moon. You're done. You're done. That's it. That's what the Libra does. So Libras are very, decisive on what they want to do and what they don't want to do. And yeah, their glyph looks kind of like a scale, but it also, and somebody described this to me and they said, but it also looks like a speed bump. And I went, yeah, you're driving along, there's a little bit of speed bump. Boom. So Libras give this energy of saying, this is my direction. This is where I want to go. This is what I'm doing. And Aries is like, I have the drive and I'm going to do this. I'm not waiting around. I'm not waiting around for you anymore. This is what I'm going to rearrange my living room this way. This is what I'm doing. If you gave Aries, and I know this with Aries because and a lot of the Aries that I know is if you gave them $10 million and said, here's $10 million, here's the house, everything, and I'm going to organize everything for you, they'll be like, yeah, thank you. But, this is all very nice, but I want to do it for myself. I want to have the self-fulfillment of growing my business, of doing what it is that I need to do and going ahead and getting it done. So there's this direction, and Aries is fire. It's passion. The masculine, it is the masculine energy. Okay. So fire is masculine. Libra's in air. Air is masculine too. So we have this masculine energy of drive, of getting your shit done. This is about forward motion. This isn't about waiting for permission from somebody to say, well, yeah, I think it's time for you to go now, or you could start doing this. No, Aries are just like, yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and do it myself. I'm not waiting on your permission. I'm not waiting on this to get it done. And Libras are like, yeah, we're doing it, baby. We're done with your bullshit. We're done with that. So we have this beautiful, intense energy that's coming in that is very much a powerhouse of energy, of allowing ourselves to go forward and not apologizing. There's no apologies with Aries. There's no apologies with Libras. There's no apologies. Okay. If you're done, you're done. And this is where, when something in your life, for instance, if you've had somebody and you've said to them, could you please stop? Could you please stop? Could you please stop? And you've said that to them a few times, but they continue to do it. That's when this comes up, and you draw the line, and you allow for that energy to come forth and say, I'm done. I am done. I'm not going to go ahead and do this anymore. I'm not going to go ahead and listen to what you are telling me. This is what I know is right for me. Very direct, very, very powerful. And that's where this moon comes in. It is a very, very powerful moon, and it's a very powerful energy. And this energy is that we are wanting to bring things forward in our life. We are wanting to bring in what it is that we want. And this isn't where, and I got like to diffuse those opinions in the world. This is where you want to put your stamp on what happens. So it's simple. I don't like to do a certain thing. I don't like the way the living room looks, or I don't like the way things are. And it may seem very superficial, but this is where it's like, I'm going to change it because this is the way I like it. Or here's another instance where you might have a friend, and they've been a friend for a while for you, and they are toxic. They become toxic. And you, Libra, I'm done. I'm cutting it off. This is where I am, right or wrong, to cut people off or ghost them. But Libras are very good at that, man. They will do that. So this is this sense of work. This is self. This is about establishing what doesn't work and what does work. And this is bringing in these situations and getting ourselves to move ahead, and allowing ourselves to move ahead in what is in our inner balance for our own self. And in doing that, that allows us, when we are upon our alignment, doing what is right for us, it shines out. And with that shining, it gives other people the permission to do that. It allows you to stand in your individuality. The moon or the sun is exalted, right? This beautiful consciousness of identity, of drive and power is exalted here, about us to move forward into our future. So this moon is, when we say this is one of the most powerful moons of the year, it is one of the most powerful moons of the year. And one of the reasons is because it is Libra and it is Aries. This is beginnings. These are cardinals. This is like, let's get things going. They are the ones that are, we have the spring equinox, which is in Aries, and we have the fall equinox that is in Libra. So both of those are a balance of saying this works and this doesn't work. This is what we're doing. This is not what we're doing. So this is a drive. This is setting in motion. What are you going to do? How is this energy going to work for you for the rest of the year? So let's take it from now until maybe even October, November. How is this going to work for you? How are you going to utilize this energy between now and the new moon in October? Let's use that as a cycle and really push it as a drive. So each moon, new moon, and full moon after that are going to be seedlings, are going to be energies that are going to come in to help us to go into that direction and continue in the direction that we are wanting to go forth in. Okay. Does that make sense to people? Because this is for me, and what I really want to promote for you or give you is the information and the drive, because there's a lot of energy that's coming in with this moon, right? There's a lot of aspects that are happening with this moon. So we want to be able to have a sense of, I am where it is at. I have to be wary against anything or everything else because they might throw me off balance. So this is where you're getting a sense, and for you to achieve the great things that you have and the great things that you are wanting. There, this is about your life purpose. And remember, the fire in tarot, it is fire. And then you have the air sign. So you have fire is wands, air is swords. So this is about our fire and our direction of what we are receiving and our direction. And air is, again, I'm going back to that masculine energy. It is that drive. That's what masculine energy is. It is a force. And we need to sit there, and we're going to reflect a little bit on the outer world, on how, this is what's happening in the outer world. Yet I know what my direction is, and I'm going to trust in my direction. And I'm going to trust in where I need to go upon my path. And allowing that, because then you're standing in your power, in your purity, in your strength, in your divineness, because you are becoming aligned. And this is selfless. This is kind of, where this energy comes in too. And having us, look at that, because to be selfless is for us to really honor ourselves. And this is about making amazing decisions and allowing ourselves to stand in without anyone's approval. Aries doesn't ask for anybody's approval, right? So this is very profound with the energies that are coming in, and it's very powerful. So you got to decide for yourself which life is better for you, what is better for you and yourself. And this sounds somewhat harsh or maybe intolerant, but obviously this isn't about attacking somebody or being a dumbass or an asshole. This is about us being strong in where we are and in the decisions that we need to make within our lives. And this is where sometimes that you may need to get angry. Ooh, you may need to be a little bit harsh, because sometimes people don't get what you're saying. And sometimes you have to take a stand. And you might be feeling that there's this energy coming up on you. There's a lot of stuff coming on you, and you're done. You're done, and you're not going to take it. You're not going to take it anymore, baby. You're not going to do it anymore. You are done. So with Libra, we try and find some balance, and we want to find this energy and the feelings, and we want to bring in this full moon and bring in the values and what our values are. And if that makes sense, bring in what we value. Now, I've said at the beginning of the year that this is a year of you deciding what your values are. What is valuable or what is in your values doesn't mean that it's the same that's in my values. That means that we still stand and honor who we are as individuals. We honor that. We don't try and change ourselves and form into something so that maybe I will stick, maybe I will do this and so I can conform with everybody else. That's not where this moon is at. And that's not what this year is at. This year is really pushing people to stand in their values. It's there to stand where you need to stand in that power. As I take a sip of coffee. Coffee. So people might get angry. That's okay. That's okay. You're still able to go through with what it is that you need to go through, because sometimes, you know, people aren't living your life. You're living your life. And okay, so we have the moon now and also the Libra. So with this opposition, because you can see how lonely it's like, if you look at the chart right now, and the chart right now, it's like the moon is very lonely. The moon is off to one side. Everybody else is partying on the other side. All right. So we have the moon on one side and party on the other side. So the moon's a little bit lonely, there. And so it may make that harshness even more severe because of that, there. So the reaction of poor me, I have to deal with everything. When you go through this a little bit, you put a lot of self-pity upon yourself. So you got to give yourself a little bit of permission here. Bring in a little bit of energy so that you are looking at, or maybe you're going to find that people are inconsiderate or people are being harsh, and to clear the way of like, I don't like this. So you want to bring in the balance, and that is important with you. And Chiron is there with the sun, and Venus is there with the sun. So we have Chiron. So overly willful can potentially harm your relationship, but what it can do is heal, is your process and your speed at which you are able to move through things. And with Venus there at 8 degrees too, is, Venus doesn't really like to be there, but she's of love and beauty and creativity and wanting to bring in the love and the beauty. So changing of the environment, changing up, there's a lot of busyness there, and this is a lot of love that is coming in there with Venus is coming in. So someone I love. So who is it? I can't, with Venus there, this is about bringing in what you are expecting from that. And it's my job to pursue that other person. Is it my job to pursue that other person? That's something that with Chiron there, you got to look at what you need. Does that feel right to me? Is right? Because I know I have to take the opportunities to seize the moment, to seize the opportunity to make things happen, because that is Aries. So you might need to initiate what it is that you want to do and what you want to pursue, or someone I like. And it's at 8 degrees. 8 degrees is real power. And this feeling, if you love it, it is crystal clear. Like this is what you want and this is where you want to go, it is crystal clear. And there's no doubt about it with that energy at 8 degrees. And not to dismiss people, but there's also that intense love that comes in with all of this also. So you might be feeling something, another person or some energies from the other person or a whole family. This is where you start looking at, what you love. So are you in love? What is blocking you from love? What is blocking you from being within that love at this time? So this energy isn't about blindness or willful blindness. It's about being able to take your own, and this is about you stepping into this, and this Libra is amazing initial balance that prevents you from going from one extreme to another extreme, and to find that middle path and ultimately listen to your gut, listen to your decisions, and making that process of allowing yourself to do it. Now we have the part of fortune, which is at 12 degrees in Aries. And the part of fortune is the part of that child, part of that within the astrology, we include it and we calculate it because the sun and the moon and where it happens to be. And this brings things more effortlessly. And at 12 degrees Aries, it's important that you speak your mind, that you're going to be bringing about your fortune. As I said at the beginning, if you don't tell anybody what it is that you're going to do, and here comes the part of fortune, she's saying, what do you want? What do you want, baby? We got this full moon. We got this energy. We're activating it. Are you letting people know what it is that you want to do? Are you? Or are you sitting there still saying, I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody. It doesn't matter what you do. someone is going to get offended. Trust me, somebody will get offended. It doesn't matter whether you're doing something positive and fabulous out there or you're doing some dipshit stuff. It doesn't matter either or. Someone's not going to like what the hell you're doing. So it's up to you to get off your ass to do what it is that you need to do and start asking for it, because the part of fortune, this is where this energy is. It's just like at the beginning of this, I told you at the beginning, I told you about my 21-day meditation, told you about the fairy, told you about the angel alchemy, telling you about my astrology class, letting you know that this is what I'm doing. Right? I got to let you know. If I don't, what happens? You're like, oh, well, I think Mary has a class. I think Mama has a class. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what to do about it. So, pleasure, this is where you got to look at what it is that for you that you are wanting to do and a way forward. This is my opinion, and I'm going to let, well, of course I'm going to let you know, but this is like you going forward, and this is about where you need to go. And with that part of fortune, and it kind of looks like a question mark, and it is an asteroid, but it is one of abundance, and we are naturally in this energy to build abundance and bring in that abundance. So this is the, I got the Emperor card and the Tarot of Self-Resilience. This is about self-made, the Emperor for 800 years, and I'm going to be the Emperor. So this is about my potential. This is my self-righteousness. This is about me going forward to assert yourself. And this is about you overcoming whatever struggles there are in your life at this time. And, the moon can be a little bit of a dictator because it's Libra, right, in the chart. So it's amazing, the quite subtle nuances and energies that are coming forth. And if you go overboard, that tyrant and the potential, and, so we're giving this balance, there is this energy that this love that can come in, that can actually enable us and express us, so that can bring back a creativity and a stability within us. There's these subtle nuances that are within this energy right now, and within this structure, that is allowing us to bring in these decisions in life and have us to be able to weigh it out. And this is a very strong influence in our future. So if you do decide, your living room or whatever it is that you're wanting to change up and you're going to do, you're going to bring it in, and you're going to weigh this out and how that pursues you for yourself. So this is about looking into the abundance also, and allowing for that abundance to come forth. And, the abundance within relationships, the abundance within money, prosperity. There is some, this beautiful, amazing energy and feelings that are coming in with this. And it is not for us to dismiss it. And really to listen to what is important to you. And with that moon forming some relationships. And first of all, we've got the moon forming a square with the midheaven and the arrow pointing up, and that's at 16 degrees in Cancer. So the midheaven traditionally has to do with your work, your career, and it's in Cancer. So to translate that Cancer in working sense is often about taking care of others in jobs, like through counseling, therapy, hypnotherapy, foods, chefs, catering, bakers, then also the homes. So real estate agents, architects, designers, interior decorators, that kind of stuff is one. And this energy is of the mind of creativity, your decisions, something that will support you and your own creativity and your beautiful and beautifying your circumstances. So it's something that takes care of things that are nice and pleasurable and palatable for you. And it's important for you to look into your environment and really into that environment and see what is working for you and what isn't working for you, and bringing that change in. And you have really positive impact. So this is real positive. It's simple. And this is where, bringing that energy, and it could be bringing some plants home, whatever it is, it's allowing some pleasure and beautifying and bringing that beauty in and around you. And that's part of this full moon, right? That's one of the aspects that are coming in, is bringing in this beautiful environment for yourself so that you can feel comfortable in it. And that comfort then turns into strength and levers and translates into the strength that feels it up for you to think, to be inspired, and to make the decisions that you need to make. I really admire, Libras, because the abstract ideas that come in, and, even when you think it's this truth, but they can look at it and redefine it in something new, and they can identify, because they can look around and see it in different ways, which is absolutely fabulous. And this moon also trines Mars and the North Node in Gemini. So then we have this, and a sextile with that too, with Gemini. And so the sextile with Venus and Chiron and the part of fortune with Mars and the North Node. And so we have the South Node in Sagittarius and a sextile with the moon. And so that finishes this little circuit around the chart. So it centers this big blue triangle, which is in air, and with the South Node there. So this is we're going to give it a new name, like a mystic triangle or a grand triangle. And the mystical experience with this, it's all about our feelings. Like, can you hear something bigger? Whether you feel it, it is about your vision. And often it is a translation into having really good luck. And this is partially about the area where the mystic is specific field. So really amazing talents for something is particularly coming forward. Now the moon in air, Libra is air, connects with Mars and Gemini and the North Node, and those are also air. So thinking and perspective, clear, getting things crystal clear and asking questions. 14 degrees in Gemini. So this is free to whatever it is that you want. And the North Node, which is a kind of like a dinner party for people. And we all like everybody and coming in together, and it's good to be there and with these people and to be around certain, allowing for, energies and conversations to come forth. So using your words, being aware of what you are saying, are you being too harsh? Are you being too mean? This is really, you could easily come off very harshly with this energy. So you're really watching how you are coming across, but speaking your truth. You're still speaking your truth. So we're going somewhat self-righteous, with this energy too. There's a self-righteousness that comes in it. If you're really, really hurts people, then ask yourself, what am I getting out of this? Is it important for me to speak my truth? Am I being my authentic self in all of this? And if it harms 10 people who you are talking to about your truth and happens to be, is that, in a negative light, then you have to ask really your worth. This is like, is all the pain that I'm going through, is this worth it? And answering that question, and it's a tough question because most of us don't want to hurt other people. We don't want to go into that. So actually the other day there's a book, and just hang on. And it's about being authentic and truthful. And then often this is a bit controversial. So I'm supposed to, other people may live within their authentic life. And the most important thing that this brings in that I enjoyed, is about how people live in their truth and our authenticity. And angry or not, one of it is, really an example of answering prayers. And it was Truman Capote, American writer. So very cold-blooded writer. Like he is, literally, he is, Breakfast at Tiffany's. He was this very controversial figure himself. And he was, friends with many high society people and the masses of people, right? And he had a huge social affair, and he was friends with all of these high society people. And like one of the networks in it states he was really the upper echelons. And at this dinner party with these friends, and then one day he came out with this book and he published this, and Esquire magazine and picked it up, and he told those public, where the thrill was. And oh my God, the gossip and everything that came out of it for him writing this. But he totally stunned, his genius of it all, but he stunned people, and the personal problems felt the isolation on him. But it's what he really, double-edged sword here, here comes the air, that he felt that he had to do. And coming out and stepping out there and saying that, and coming out within that public opinion. Now, this is where we are in a time when people may be saying things, and they may be saying and calling other people out. And that's a double-edged sword. But this is coming into that truth. And with this full moon, you might be sitting with something, but you're going to come out with this truth. You're going to come out and say it. Because there's a lot of people out there right now that aren't speaking their truth, that might be close to you, and you're just like, you guys are just living in a bloody dream. Get off your asses and let's get going. That's where this book came from. He wrote it, and he called out a lot of people in it, and they weren't too happy. Who knows if that made them own their truth of who they are? Own their actions? Don't know. But still, that's an example of how this energy can come in. It's like you are going to call people out because you're not going to take their bullshit. You're not going to take what they keep on telling you have to take. And this moon is going to come in and it's going to say, yeah, okay. I got to stand up for what I believe in. And I'm not going to, take their bullshit. I had that I had that yesterday with my daughter. So for instance, it is a personal experience. And because she has her dog, that's her dog. It's not my dog. And I'll distinguish it. That is her dog. But anyways, this is my house. And they want to tether the dog or put the dog, start putting the dog in front, so that they can watch it better, or whatever their excuses was. I really could feel that within me. And I said, no, but in a very harsh way. And she was like very offended at what I said and how I said it. And I should have said it differently, but no, to me, in saying what I had said and the way I said it was, to me, the only way she would understand and know that I'm not going to be pushed over with this. And I had my reasons. Right? I had my reasons, and I could have said, no, I really don't want that, and did it in a nice way, but I didn't. My Scorpio came out. Scorpio. Whoa, Scorpio. Came out and said no. And I'm just like, there's no way I am putting up. I do not want the dog in the front yard. I don't want all this stuff in the backyard. So you guys have to figure it out. It's not my dog. I didn't ask for the dog. Harsh? Is that harsh? Yeah, it is harsh. Does it sound mean? Yeah, it sounds mean. Yet, if I just like, oh, well, it's okay. The dog can do whatever it wants. You could do whatever. I just like, no, I'm not going to. No, that Aries energy came through with that Libra. And that if you've ever talked to a Libra and whoa, when a Libra is done, there you go. Hold on, guys. There we go. When a Libra is done, a Libra is done. Like, I've seen it within my own son. My youngest son is a Libra. And when he's done, I've seen him drop people like a hot potato. And I'm like, oh, that wasn't nice. And he goes, well, I'm not putting up with their bullshit anymore. That's not what I'm putting up with. And he's done. And that's the thing. It's like, when you are done, you are done. And that's where this, drop the mic. I'm not dropping this mic. It's my new one. But when you are done, you're done. You're not putting up with it. You're not going to put up with that bullshit. You can't do it anymore. Doesn't matter what it is. And it could come out harsh. So just an FYI, it could come out very, very harsh. So when you tell a friend about, tell your friends about, you tell truth about your friends, you might lose them. So if you tell truth about something, you might lose that around you. And only he and only I know what will be, the answer for those things for ourselves. And it's a very complicated subject. When we are starting to stand in that power, it can be very complicated. And this is where sometimes people don't write their memoirs till they're 80 because everybody's dead. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to offend anybody, right? So with the relationship with the moon, so good thing is about with this Libra, and it's this truth that can come out, and it could come out. It could be beautiful, but it can be pretty harsh. And then we have Mars at the North Node sextiling this energy. And this is, with Chiron and Venus and the part of fortune, this is, this coming in with this conjunction. This is like energy. This is power. So if you're going to be censored, if you're really being censored, this is where your integrity, this is where your truth comes in. This is where you stand up. And this is what we are seeing it in the world around us, right? We are seeing this censorship that is coming in. And the only way to stop censorship is by standing up and speaking. That's the only way you stop something. You don't stop it by bypassing it or spiritual bypassing. Oh, fuck that, man. Right? You want to change something, you stand up for it. You speak about it. You don't sit there and, well, that was really, yeah, that's just too bad. Not with this energy. Not with this Aries energy. Not with this Libra energy. No way, man. There is no apologies in this one. And this is about you. You stop apologizing for yourself. That's what this full moon is all about. It's to stop apologizing for yourself. So this full moon, is about looking into essentially what is true for you, no matter who gets hurt. And then that energy is, as I said, is sextiling and making a trine also, and then the South Node. So we have the South Node Sag at 14 degrees. It's my own unique perspective. Things I'm educated, I valid, I'm important. Things that I know. It's sextiling over to the moon in Libra. And again, Libra is very beautifying. It is ruled by Venus, the planet of love, which is in Aries, and this energy, 180 degrees away. So you're much more pushy and self-willed and potentially victorious than usual would be, as I associate with that energy, the energy of the chariot card. Let's go forward. Let's get things done. This is me. And, the will, but I am full of self-will. I get myself into problems sometimes. And when I balance things out, I think about them and my higher selves, and things become less extreme. And I usually have a better time at things. So again, there's a mystic sort of rectangle that's coming in too. And there's a reason for this drastic action, this energy to come forward and for us to start to act, because our actions today are shaping the blades where we're going to have to be strong, and the efforts and the impact on other people's lives. And I love this day. I really do. This is like a powerful energy. And I'm pumped up, as you can tell. The transformation of this energy and the struggling of self, which I love. So next, we've got a quincunx between the moon and Libra. The moon Libra, quincunxing, and it is having this, and I think there's a yod there. There's a yod of God that is coming in with Taurus. So this energy of this yod with God. This is very much with this queen, bringing in this queen energy, this talent. This is about giving us this day, pointing us to a direction, our purpose. The moon is quincunxing Uranus. So your potential, your statement, your views, your expression, and Venus, ruling Libra is about this energy about going forward, about what I do love and making the new changes that I really want, the creativity, the art, the writing, the poetry, the singing, the dancing, whatever it is that creativity. And unless you don't want to express yourself, you're going to have a hard time with this energy not to express yourself, just an FYI. This is about you getting out. This is about you doing. This is about writing, whatever is so wonderful outlet that you need to do. This is a strong sense. This is bringing in crystal clear messages, because you are your own self. You are your own author of your book, of your life. And this is coming in and allowing for your words to become your uproar, allowing your words to be really to shake things up, and to, no one ever, will listen unless you're starting to shake things up. Just saying. And Uranus is there, and Uranus with Athena is coming in, and they're shaking things up. They're bringing in that energy, and Uranus is changing things on a dime. So bringing that truth of spirit into the world, so you find it really easy to connect to your imagination. This is about, it comes through. It's very strong, bringing in your strong opinions and views. And naturally, as a result of what's going on, the kind of, other people might suck, but this is where you are allowing for this wonderful, wonderful energies and your opinions of you, allowing your expression, your beautiful energies to come out. So that's a lot. That's a lot that's coming in. And, sometimes, you're going to find that people are going to be very insulted with this energy. This energy is going to be, where it's going to really get you to get going and to do things. Is there anything with the energies that's screwing you sleep? I'm having the worst. Yeah, you have to get up and get going. It's screwing up your sleep because it's a ton of energy. You have a full moon in Libra. You got the sun in Aries. These are cardinal. These are get going. These are energies that are going to rile people up. The sun is exalted, right? So, you got to look at, this is an exaltation of energy that's coming in. It's conjuncting Chiron and Venus, and we have the part of fortune that's coming in. This is like bringing in a lot of energy and about going and getting things done. Libras is about cutting things off, and cut off that is no longer in your alignment, and being truthful about it. And people have problems with that. So this is about coming forward, doing things straightforward, and aligning yourself with what's coming in. And, seriously, because you got to be serious about, a lot of this energy that's coming in. We're while insulting, you might be insulting a few people, but there's also where you got to come in and you got to be actually honest with yourself. And that's where this energy is coming in. It is about this honesty. It is not about being phony. It is not about being something that you are not. This is about you. This is about you coming in and getting your passive aggressive energies and allowing for you to initiate the energies that you need to initiate, and allowing yourself to go forward. And in reality, the potential is to really step, sometimes with this energy, the potential of stepping on other people's toes is quite huge. Now, if you are a person that has a hard time in stepping into your energies and stepping into that, into your power, it may not feel comfortable for you. And you might have issues with it. And with that moon and the sun and Chiron, This is, this is all coming in about self, my journey, my healing, my balancing, my connecting, my community. What does it look like? My decisions for myself and other people, which is, a nice balance on this day. We have, where this, the Queen of Swords comes in. She is direct. She is coming in. She is wanting to bring in this energy. And we do have energies coming in from Aquarius. So this energy about the teacher teaching us, listening to us. It could be, teaching us with, teaching people. This is about theories of science or life coaching, or how to apply your technique to breeding the perfect, hybrid roses, or whatever it is. This is, and Jupiter is, at 22 degrees. That's a very lucky number. So building up that humanitarian teacher. So this energy is, building up, speaking up about your truth, speaking out about what really is meaningful to you, right? So teaching is about coming in. So sometimes you may have an idea about something, your words, and they fail, or you fail on us. So start talking about things, start allowing the words to come out, and you'll find that all of a sudden things start making sense, and things start really coming in. And this is a teacher moon. This is about the teacher. This is about us, and for us to work today and to bring in our clarity with what it is then, and where we are wanting to, go into our reaches, right? This is life, very much it is a life altering energy. And this energy is the energy that is going to take us through this year. Okay. And are you only shifting what needed to go away? Definitely. You'll shift everything that needs to go away. This moon is like, get it done. Libras cut things off. Like, once a Libra is done with you, they're done. I'm sorry, you can give me whatever excuses you want to give me, but they're done. And Aries is like, yeah, I have the will and I have the passion. I'm going forward. This is what I'm creating, and this is what I'm building. It's fire and air. It's building that new passion and allowing the air to fuel that passion. And with the other energies, I mean, we got the North Node in Gemini, and with Mars there, with Mars there. So we have this energy of what are your, what is it that you want? Let's ask the questions. We also have with, the Neptune. So Neptune's coming in with Mercury, and Mercury's like saying, okay, how is this feeling for you? And you might be feeling very off-centered because you're not used to talking your truth. You're not used to stepping into this energy of saying, I am done. I'm no longer doing it this way. I'm no longer going to be a part of this. Whatever it is. If Truman was going to, the day, I think it would probably be an energy like today that he decided to go through with that book and publish it. I'm done. This is it. I'm not putting up with any of these people's bullshit anymore. And this is amazing to remember that Jupiter is like this big boom under a lucky star, and it's charmed, and this moon coming in, it's already beautiful and able to express these beautiful energies, and it's supported by this great luck that's coming in with Jupiter. So it's building and it's expressing on this day of what it is that we want to express, and it's owning it. It's owning it, baby. It's owning it. And expressing something that will serve you in the future. A passive income, sometimes that stands on its own. This is the date to get things busy. We've got the moon forming a trine with Saturn at 11 degrees in Aquarius, and it's about structure and the rules and what you feel is right and acceptable. 11 is the master number of service in Aquarius, Saturn. It's about acceptability, essential for you today is to step into teaching, that teaching hat, expressing your truth, education, educating people, other people's children, service, kind of a This is, to have that message that other people will benefit from it. And this is, with Saturn is really supporting you and saying you have the value, information, and service to believe in yourself, to do what it is that you need to do. And this is the end of the day. This is, in the weekend and even into Monday, you'll realize what, this service, what you are encouraging and you are wanting to do. It is there. And between the moon now and Saturn at 11 and trining, then it's this trine, and then Mars with his north node in Gemini. The Mars is north node in Gemini. It's bringing in this trine. And so we have this grand trine that's coming in, and it's about this talent of self, about speaking, expressing yourself, creativity, service to others, the strength, the resolve to liberate yourself, because you are finally speaking your truth, and the talent. And, as I said earlier, it could be very hurtful to people who are being creatively insulting through your work. So keep in mind, this is about balance. This is about honoring, this grand trine. If you take your head off completely and turn it 180 degrees, boom, we got a sextile underneath this, and this trine connecting the moon and Saturn. And this is all with the south node. And this is, in Aquarius, 11 degrees, they sit and they make this beautiful, beautiful trine. And looking around, if you look at it too, if you look at the chart for today, it looks like a kite. So we have a kite that's coming in, and this kite is about, you take off and has life on its own, and it allows for you to fly high. And with the south node at 14 degrees, this informs you, your contribution and what you are putting forward. This is about your confidence in yourself and the addition, of imagination, which you express itself, and those two things coming together. So this is a beautiful way of expressing yourself, the results to bring in your talent. This is about you have the life that is yours, so that you work with what is true to you and what it is that you would like to work with. This is creating something. And this is a very powerful energy to start to create things and start to put the steps together in what it is that you are creating. And it's remarkable because it's such a gift. If you have a grand trine chart, it means that you really are in this area of a grand, of expressing yourself with this and bringing in that energy and being a magnet. So regardless of whether you like something or don't like something, this grand trine is showing you to bring in your gifts and your talents and coming out into the public. So the energies are fantastic. They really are. Yeah, well, people get, you might get some bitchy people that don't like what it is that you're doing, or they want to criticize. But as I said, you're going to get people to criticize anytime. People are going to criticize. So embracing this energy is so fabulous. Do a full moon ritual for yourself. If you if you have access to a fire pit, definitely go to a fire pit, light the fire pit, release what is it that you want to release that you're done with, and let it go. This would be a really great time if there's something that's been heavily on you that you've been working with. And what I tell people sometimes to do is if you have something important that you've been working on, or something that's happening, say you're going through a divorce, or you're going through a separation, or you're going through some financial issues, take those papers, photocopy them, keep the original copies that you need to keep because they're for your records. Take the photocopies of them and burn them. Release it. That is such a powerful, powerful energy force right there. And let it go. And this moon is like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to handle this in a new way. And I'm going to bring this in a new way. And if you don't have a fire pit, or maybe a balcony, take a fireproof pot, and you got to watch it, and burn the stuff in the fireproof pot. You know, you can do it in your sink. Open up all the windows if you have a lot of stuff. Just saying. So that, you know, you want to release this. You know, this is, you know, I want to release this because I'm stepping forward. And you can't step forward if you're still hanging on to stuff. It doesn't matter where this all is going. That excess energy is going to be with you. It's going to follow you through the rest of the year. So are you wanting to have this follow you, you know, or are you going to step forward? So this is, you know, like even for me, I'm stepping out of different parts that people would like me to stay in. Yet I know I've outgrown it. I'm not there anymore. I'm going onto a new road and allowing myself to go onto that new road. And this is the angel of wisdom. So we have the angel of wisdom, just showing them on Instagram. So the angel of wisdom comes in. Look at such beauty. So the angel of wisdom comes in for us today. And this is about to pursue knowledge and spiritual growth. What are you pursuing? Right? So we have this angel that's coming forth. I'm going to move these over to the side and bringing in the tarot. I like to give them a good shuffle, and I like people to know that I'm shuffling them. That I just hadn't stacked the deck. I'm not stacking the deck or anything with this. So they're all popping out. So what have you been fighting? You're standing up on the hill. You got passion. There's fire there. You're standing here. What is it that you've been fighting for? What is that wisdom that has you gotten to this point to fight for what it is that you want? Because here comes the judgment card. So the judgment card, you are these grave figures stepping out of the grave. Rejoicing. There's something new that's coming in. There is a rejoice. There's a rebirthing of whatever it is that you've been struggling with or fighting with. What do you want to rebirth? What do you want, or what do you want to let go of, because there's this new revitalization that's happening in your life and you are wanting to set forth on a new road? And what is that new road that you are setting forth on in order for you, because you have the angel of wisdom with you. The angel is there. She's saying, here I am, baby. Come here, right? If you want to work more with angels, definitely. I got that angel alchemy course. And if you want to work with angels of wisdom, holy shit. I activated my, as soon as I activated my wheel this morning and I lit this beautiful gold candle, because the gold was representation of the sun. So I had my gold candle and I lit it, and it's there on my altar. And it's just absolutely like, boom, bringing in such passion and energy there for me, because whatever you've created, you're ready to walk away from. You're ready to walk away from whatever it was that you were working on. You are done. There are things in your life. You are done. You are done. You are done. That's it. You're done. Go on the new path. Only you know it. Only you know it. You know what that feels like to you. This energy is, it's just ecstatic. It's fabulous. And with all of the other energies that are coming in, and there is that, let me see if I can pull this up. Da, 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 da. I'm just going to show you the chart for today. So you can get a glimpse of what it is. So I'm going to pull it out. Unfortunately, I can't pull it up on. So here we got it. Here's the moon. Here's the sun. So I have it, and it's only at 7 degrees. So I got, what time did I put it at? 11:30. I should have put it at 11. I should have put it at noon. Sorry. So the moon coming over, and it is opposite. So you see this kite? There's the kite. So I'm showing them the kite here. How about if I go like this? And so you guys can see my screen. So here's the kite. There's the kite. And then we have a grand trine. So here we have Aquarius. Here we have, over here is Gemini, and down here is Libra. So we have a grand trine, and a grand trine in air. So you got to think about the air, the intellect, what's coming in with the intellect, creativity. What are you creating? What are you trying to put forward, right? And then up here, whoops, let's go up here. So here's the sun, Chiron, and here is Mars, or Venus, and that's the part of fortune right there. So we have this, all of this energy is sitting here, and these guys are like right on top. So they're right on top of each other on the same bar stool at 8 degrees. And this is going to be moving into 8 degrees. So we're, time right now is 10:30. I did this from an hour from now. So we're really building up, for it to be exact. But as I say, that energy is with us throughout. And then you see that energy with the moon going up to, there's Jupiter, and this is Saturn. So we have this energy coming up of saying, building the structure, building the new structure. It's building up something new. And even with Mars opposite Pluto, it is like, what are we digging down to get to our true essence and what is true to us? So, there we go. So bringing in what is true for us and allowing for our truth to come forward, right? Well, so that's where that energy comes in, and that's what the chart looks like for today. So when we, everything's falling on me now. So when we look at what we have been fighting for and what we are coming forth to, and we are rising above, we are rising up out of the depths, out of our old, we are rising, we're just shaking all that bullshit off, because whatever was created is no longer of service to us. We're done. Because remember, we have that Cancer energy that comes in too. And that energy from Cancer comes forward, and that's really bringing to us more of the energy. So it's because it's going up to that midpoint of what it is that we want to create with home and family, and bringing in that home and family and strength. And through it all, it might feel conflict. There might be conflict there with our passion, with what it is that we're trying to do. There is conflict because not everybody's going to like what you're going to do. And that's what you got to get over. You got to get over that, because that's what you're fighting. You're fighting that. You're rising above it. Yeah, but you're still conflicted because you're worried about what everybody else is going to say and do. And with that, it sets you on a new path. A lot of fire coming in. A lot of fire with these cards. But what do you want to set forward to do in your life? What is that one thing that you've been sort of nagging you, just it's about time I start doing it? Mine was buying a mic. So I went out and I got a mic. So I got a new mic because a mic to me was important for what I wanted to bring in of service for others. So I got a new mic. The other thing is I'm going to be pushing out a lot of classes because that's my new thing, is that I want to start teaching more. I want to be starting to bring in the fairies and the angels and the unicorns and how all of that is in the stars, right? There's a constellation of the unicorn. There's a lovely little fairy up there too. So we have that energy that we can tap into and bring it down and start to utilize and work with it. And how do we do this? So we're going to come together in classes and we're going to learn this and we're going to, so we can implement them. And we got to watch out who is trying to deceive us. In comes that air. Are we deceiving ourselves with what we are trying to do by not doing what we should be doing? Or is somebody else trying to deceive us? And we know that, and we have to speak up and we have to say something. But we're afraid because we might offend somebody. And I know it's hard sometimes because you feel it. And if, depending on what your sign is and what's in your chart, sometimes you feel a lot of everybody else's pain. Even though you're mad and angry at them, then you feel sorry for them because you're feeling that. So this is like, okay, this isn't mine. This isn't mine. This isn't mine. This isn't mine. It's theirs, and they have to take that responsibility for it. And with that, bring in the Page of Cups of renewal. Bring in that page, renewal, substance, something new, something more creative for you, and step into that creativity. So, my loves, I'm going to leave you with that. And I'm going to thank you so much for being and staying with me today. And thank you for those on Instagram and, doing this Instagram. So thank you very much, everybody, for being here and being a part of my soul tribe. And because you chose to be here and I chose to be here. So this is a beautiful alignment. And bringing that alignment of truth and love and respect for one another. And that's when you stand in your honor, in your love, allowing your light to shine. If you're wanting a reading or wanting your natal chart read, definitely book it in. For those on Periscope, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen after this week for Periscope. I guess it's going to go onto Twitter. I will be doing more of YouTube live. So please go over to my YouTube page, like and subscribe so that you can at least still get my dailies for those who follow me every day. More stuff is going to be going on to there. And I am also on... I was just invited onto this other platform. Can't remember what it is, but I was invited onto it. And I'll be doing TikToks and things like that too. So, I love you all. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for just being here. I'm just so honored. I really am, every single day. I'm so honored that I'm here and I'm able to do it and give you what it is, through wisdom and spirit that comes through. So may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Go forth because you do have that beautiful wisdom that is within you, through you, and around you that you can access and gain and pull it forth. The courses I teach are courses that are going to enhance all that you do and all you say and all you be. Thank you so much. Shine your light. Don't let anybody distinguish your light. Stand in your power. Do a ritual today and release all that fucking bullshit that's no longer in your alignment and speak your truth. Blessed be everybody. Thank you very much for being a part of my life. Bye-bye.